Hello friends, today we'll be talking about how to avoid predatory journals and how to submit your work to a good journal which is authentic and has got the quality to publish your work. The first question is, are you submitting your work to a trusted journal or not? Or is it the right journal to submit your work? There are a few tips and tricks which can help you find relevant journal, and there are a few things which can help you avoid predatory journals. So first of all, we'll look into what are predatory journals and how we can avoid these journals. Predatory journals are those journals who take advantage of authors, and they do not give proper credit to the authors, and they do not create the impact in academic environment which is required from them, and they do not follow the ethical standards which are required for publishing. They usually ask for a annual publication fee, and the fee is charged from the authors, and they usually try to incline the author towards fast publication processes, and they'll try to engulf the research done by authors. By doing that, predatory journals usually take the works of author, and they would publish their work on a very limited scope, and they would try to take advantage of the authors. Today we'll take an overview of what type of journal can be categorized among predatory journals and how we can avoid submitting our research to a predatory journal. So first of all, we have got the link of a very important website that is called the Bales list. That is very research that is a very known list for taking care of predatory journals. So there are 5 tabs on this website: the publishers, standalone journals, vanity press, contact, and others. So first of all, we'll look into publisher. There are a lot of publishers who publish more than one journals, and they would simply predate upon the authors, and they would take care of those authors. They would simply try to get research from those authors and publish them and take advantage of those authors. So there are more than one journals under their domain. So we'll take an example of a publisher who is listed in Bayes list of predatory journals, and then we'll discuss what type of journals are listed here, and then we'll take another example out of the standalone journals. So first we'll take an example of publisher. So let us take this example. This is a springerjournal.net. This is the landing page of a predatory publisher. So this publisher publishes more than one journal. So let's dissect this publisher so that we can know how we can in future avoid this type of publishers. So first of all, this is the first landing page of that predatory publisher. So we'll look into which journals are being published under this predatory publisher. So there are a lot of journals which are being published. There are 19 journals are being published under this predatory publisher. So how do we assess this publisher? We'll look into abstracting and indexing. Now see, there are a few indexers, and apart from all these things, the most important thing is this. As we know that Thomson Reuters is the indexing company for impact factor journals, and ISI list is usually known by the name of Thomson Reuters, who index the master list of ISI, just to capture the eye of those researchers who are new in this field and doesn't know much about indexing and are not much familiar with words like ISI and are not known to the sources of this ISI indexing. What usually get captured out here? They would think that this is a Springer journal. Springer is a well-known publisher, while the name is usually common. It's taken from Springer to Spring, and then comes the indexing. The ISI indexing is Thomson Reuters indexing, while this gives the link of sindex.org. This is a predatory index. So let us check one of the indexes from the journals of this publisher. Now, according to this global research journal publishing health epidemiology has got this ISSN number, and the impact factor is 2.028 for the year 2017. Now the ISSN number can be checked on Thomson Reuters web of indexes, so that we can clarify that is that a correct journal, or is that a predatory journal, or is that correctly indexed in Thomson Reuters or not. So this is the authentic website. We just paste the ISSN number out here, and we see there are no such result found. So this means that this is not indexed in ISI list. So this journal is referring to a fake impact factor journal and also a fake ISSN number. So even now the point is to capture, to predate upon the authors. They have provided this link. They have taken a dummy website. They have provided this link, and there they have indexed this journal with this impact factor to capture the researcher to get into trap. They are doing this. There's another thing. We'll go to prices and submission fees. Now see, there are $350 handling charges. Now $350 is a lot of amount for just handling the manuscript, and for a predatory journal like this, researchers get caught into something like this, and they just pay this amount and try to get articles published very quickly. These things usually are found in predatory journals and their publishing agencies. There are a few more things, when we click on the contact button, we would like to know who these publishers are. There's a form available. This type of publishers are being listed on the website of Bales, so that authors may be well aware of those journals who they are submitting their work. Then let us take another example. There's a publisher known as Blue Guy Intelligence. Now this publisher publishes a lot of number of journals. Now in Bale list, it is not necessary that all the journals and all the publisher listed are predatory, but they give you a very good idea of what type of journals might be predatory and might be doing something fishy or something that is not right in the practices of research. So let us take an example. This Blue Sky Intelligence in Science Publications publishes a lot of journals. So let us take an example of this journal. Now this journal was being indexed in Scopus for the year 2019, but in 2020 it has been delisted from Scopus. So this is another tricky thing, because they are still listing their Scopus and elsewhere on their website, although they are no more listed in Scopus. Another thing that is trickier is they are taking the submissions on email address. So that becomes a more trickier part. And then let's go to the published stuff. Let's go to archive. Now in an archive, let's see a volume 9 issue 1. Now see, this volume has got a very large size. See, from page 1 to page number 2017, 363 articles are being published in a single volume. So there are a few things in these journals which can be trickier. So let us go to indexing of this journal. The journal being indexed in Lattice Science, Scopus, Mendeley, Pablon, Kudos, DOI, Crossref, Index Copernicus, Scholar, ISSN, DOAG, JGate, Information Directory of General Indexing, Blue Eye, GIF, ResearchGate, Rode, Dig. Now there are a few indexings like DOAG. This is a good authentic indexing. ISSN is also a better indexing. Copernicus is also a very good indexing agency. Crossref is a better indexing. DOI is papers are being allotted at DOI. This shows another good intent towards good publisher. Pablon is also a good indexer, while Scopus is a very good indexing organization. But the matter of fact is they are not indexed in 2020 for Scopus, while they are indexing it on their website. So see, there they are referring to it. The coverage area was from 2018 to 2019, while in 2020 they are no more indexed in Scopus. While on the front page of this journal they are saying that they are still indexed. So this is also a type of thing which is confusing for the reviewers. It might not be a predatory journal, but still these things need to be corrected. So sometimes there are journals which are not predatory but are listed in Bales list, which doesn't mean that the Bales list is 100% correct, but you can generally take an idea from Bales list that journal is in good standing or not in good standing. So after these two, let's see. So the point is, what do we do and how do we take care of our papers not to submit them into a predatory journal? So there is a website that is called Think, Check and Submit, which gives you a good idea of how to avoid predatory journals and what are the things you can take care while submitting your paper. So you can go through this website that would give you a good idea of what to do and what not to do. Rest, we can have a few things which we can keep in mind while submitting our paper to any journal. Can we easily identify the publisher of that paper? So usually the predatory journals do not list publishers on their page. And do our colleagues know that journal? There are a few researchers which have recognized research and we know they have published some good work, so we can consider their journals for publishing our work. Is the channel clear about the type of peer review? Usually double blind peer review is a good type of peer review which is being followed in industry for reviewing papers, scholarly articles. But if there is a journal who do not list the type of reviewing process they follow for every paper submitted, then it is an observation that usually those journals are predatory. Are article indexed in services that you use? For example, Thomson Reuters ISI index, Scopus or Elsevier journals or Taylor and Francis, and these type of publishers are well known recognized publishers. Is a publisher a member of recognized industry body? The publisher or the editor might be listed or might be member of DOAG or something like that, can give you a good idea that this journal might be a good journal. So your paper should be indexed or archived and be easily discoverable if the answer to above is yes. If you have found the right journal, then your paper will be good, discoverable and archived well. Sometimes people fall prey to predatory journals who take money and ask the authors to submit their paper so that that will be published in 1 week or 2 weeks or in 10 days, and the author, for the sake of quick publication, fall in trap and they submit their papers. So due to that, a lot of authors face many difficulties and their paper are being snatched from them. So try to follow these tips and tricks to avoid predatory journals. Thank you very much, and we'll look forward to you again.